Hello, people. Welcome to ATV Nadi class. This is our 20th class. So, we'll go to the recap. First, we will pray God and preceptor. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Right here, you're seeing Bhrigu Muni, who is the sage, Bhrigu sage, and we were dealing with Bhrigunandi Nadi. So this is our chart, the same chart which we were dealing in the previous class. So we were dealing with the second cycle of Jupiter. We have seen the first cycle of Jupiter from first year to the 12th year. So the 13th year, that is, let's take up until, let's take home. So if this is 13th year, because it's Jupiter, it's 1. So 1 plus 12 is 13. So it's 13. So here it's like the second cycle: 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 23, 24, and again it will be the 25th year, silver jubilee. So we are going to see here from the 25th year to the 36th year, that is here, until the 26. Let us make this one pretty. It's 25th year, and 26, 27, 20, 29, 30, 31. This, so we were actually seeing the second cycle where Jupiter contacts Mars retro, that is here, and is actually Mars established a contact like trine connection with Moon. Rahu aspects from the 7th house like this. Like this. Mars 5th aspect, that is in Nadi we consider the trinal aspect of the planets situated in 159 as conjunction. So Mars aspects Moon and Rahu aspects Moon directly here. So this caused the elder sister of the native sad demise. At 22, when Jupiter transit Mercury's exaltation house, we have seen that the native got a higher education, or there is an upward turn conjunction of Venus in that house and entry into Libra, which is owned over by Venus. So it indicates marriage when the Jupiter was here in the second round. It's still a recap. So 22, 23, 24 until here. So 23, 20, 21. At 21, the marriage negotiation has taken place. We'll see from the 25th year, we see that the most interesting thing here is the native did not get married in the 22nd year. or the 23rd year. The native actually got married in the 31st year, immediately when Jupiter contacts Venus in Virgo here. So it's the end of 32nd year here. We can see it's actually completed here. I have not put it here. It's actually from the book which says 30, but in reality it is like 30 completed and 31st year when it is running here in Leo. So the 32nd year, 33, 34, 35, 36, and again it here it comes to 37. So here the marriage has taken place, and after marriage in 1 year, when Jupiter was in 33rd year of age, the master says he got a higher position in government, which is represented by Sun. So from Sun he moves to the second place. Why there is a government? Because the lord of this house, Libra, is with Sun, which represents a government job here, and here X mark. When Jupiter comes here, the engineering related planet Mars is an engineering planet, retro aspects the Mercury, which is an education institution. So hence a higher post in a government engineering college. This is further augmented by the fact that Jupiter contacts the moon and the natal Jupiter in the next house. When Jupiter comes here on moon, that will be 32 to 35th year, we have Jupiter natal is posited in the second house to that of the moon. So these dispositions bestow an exalted position to the native. So we'll go ahead. The interesting thing here is the master explains to disciple that nobody except God can know the exact happenings, but due to some intuition, God has given some powers to sages like Bhrigu to decode the secrets. Jupiter, when completing the third round, will have traveled for 36 years. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, 36 years. So nothing much in the third round actually. The third round is married and he got a promotion, like he got an improvement in career as a government job as a gazetted officer. So that was about the third round of Jupiter. So let us take from the 37th year. So when completing the third round, the Jupiter has traveled for 36 years, 0 months, and offers name and fame to the native at that age of transiting his natal position here in Capricorn, also called as the Ishwaramsha. When in the fourth round, Jupiter transit his own house Pisces here in the 38th year. So here it is 37 here, 38 here, and 39 on Mars, 39. He gets the aspect of Venus from Virgo, which is conjunct the Sun. The native will get into possession of parental property. This is as simple as that. In the 38th year, with due respect to the dasha, don't ask me what dasha to follow in Nadi. Nadi, especially in Bhrugunandi Nadi, there is no dasha. You have to follow Vimshottari, or say you follow the standard procedure, maybe Yogini or Tribhagi, whatever you follow, the transit completes astrology. So when in the 38th year of the native, when Jupiter is in Pisces, that is why I'm writing 38th year in Pisces. Here, it aspects the Sun and the Venus. Here, Sun and Venus. So, what happens here is immediately after this Jupiter contacts the Mars in the 39th year in Aries and Rahu in Gemini, and about the 41st to the 42nd year he gets opposition from those in higher position. We will see that the disciple is really shocked. Why is it in the 38th year that he will get the parental property? You see here, Sun is the parents, father, parental property. It goes from father to son. And Venus is the property, land, immovable properties. So when these two are in natal position, here, and in the 38th year when Jupiter comes to Pisces in transit, this time, with due respect to the degree of Sun, like Sun is in 7 degrees and Venus is in 11 degrees of Virgo, Jupiter respectively when he comes to 7 degrees of Pisces and later in the 11 degrees of Pisces, the same degree that of the Venus in Virgo, the Jupiter when it comes to 11 degrees of Pisces, the event will fructify. The disciple is shocked. Thus is the magic of Bhrugunandi Nadi. Immediately when the Jupiter contacts the retrograde Mars in Aries in the 39th year and in the Rahu in Gemini 6 degrees 30 minutes in the 41st year, he gets opposition from those in higher position in government, that college. Then when Jupiter conjoins Rahu in Gemini, he gets the aspect of the moon in Sagittarius and enabling the native to go on foreign travels. All right. So here we see in the 41st year, there is a magic here. See, the 41st year Jupiter comes on Rahu. Here you see here 41 here. You also understand that in the 7th from Rahu is Moon and Ketu. Ketu is a foreign planet here. See here, Ketu is a foreign, Moon is travel. So again he goes to foreign travel in the 41st year. So this is the method of arriving at foreign travels. 41st year. The very next house, Cancer, is an exalted sign of Jupiter and the moon owns it as a owner. Therefore, the foreign travel will continue until Jupiter crosses over Leo owned by the Sun, which is nothing but 43. So when the native in the 41, 42 and 43 here, 41, 42, 43, 43rd year, the native will be in foreign lands. How? The master answers. When Jupiter conjoins Rahu in Gemini, he gets the aspect of the moon in Sagittarius and enabling the native to go on foreign travel. And you have to understand, when in the 42nd year, when Jupiter is in Cancer, he comes to the 8th house from the moon, and in the 9th house also. When in these 3 years, the foreign travel will continue until Jupiter crosses over Leo, because of the following reasons. When Jupiter contacts the Cancer sign, which is the native's 4th house and the 5th house, we see that Cancer is a overseas or water related sign, and the native will stay over there. And when in Leo, the Ketu foreign planet is in trine with the transiting Jupiter, making 41, 42 and 43rd year in foreign lands. When Jupiter contacts the Sun in the Virgo in the 44th year, here 44th year, the native will get a higher job on return from foreign travel and higher emoluments, and will go on improving his status until Jupiter completes his 4th round at the 48th year. This will go up to 50th year when Jupiter reaches Pisces. So we have 44, 45 here, 46, 47, 48, and the 50th year here in the 5th round of Jupiter's cycle, transit cycle. As regards children, Jupiter's contact with Venus at 33 give him a daughter. Why? Venus is a female planet. If you say degrees, it has to be understood that even the females or his wife's horoscope has to be checked, but with respect to his chart only, we can conclude this result of daughter when Jupiter is in transit in Virgo in his 33rd year in the 3rd cycle, 33. And when Jupiter transit his own place at birth at 36th year, the native will have a boy. These two children will be very lucky. These results are obtained by the exact degrees of Jupiter. One of the member asked me how this can be told. You have to understand one thing. You see your ordinary or any significators like Jupiter, birth of children, 5th house, this planet, this. You understand one thing. When will a daughter be born? There should be a female planet indication with the Jupiter transit, maybe in a trine relation or a conjunction. When the Jupiter was in 11 degrees Virgo on exactly the 11 degree of Venus, natal Venus in Virgo, debilitation, he got a baby daughter. Right after that, 3 years, when Jupiter was on moon, in moon is along with Ketu, again we see here, for that ascendant, the 5th lord is Sun, right? So when the Jupiter was on transit on the 5th lord, first daughter was born. And again you see that in the 36th year, what happens here, the Dasha and Bhukti also you have to check. When he comes here, Jupiter, in the 36th year, on Ketu and Moon, there is a birth of a boy. We now come to the last chapter of this life story when Jupiter contacts Rahu in his fifth round. This will be when the native will attain the age of 53 years. That is just after 50 is the fifth cycle, 51, 52, 53. This transit will cause death to the native very bad. 53 years the native dies because of the Dasha Bhukti. But what factors are responsible? Let us see this. I will tell you main clearly. This year is not given, but according to the author, the Marakadipati is the second lord and the seventh lord, Dasha and Bhukti, and also you have to consider the transit. In 95% of the cases, when transiting, Jupiter has connection to the Bhadakasthana or the obstacle lords or the nodes like Rahu and Ketu, the death happens. Salutations to Sri Nandikeshwara for this elucidation of the planetary position at the birth of time. The same principle will be following in delineating the results of other charts also, importance being given to significators. So with this, it's a very sad ending part when the Jupiter comes on transit in Rahu in the 53rd year. The native will die because of the bad transit and bad Dasha and Bhukti. So this is how the prediction has to be made. So let us talk about some important points. We still have time for this. Note down the Lagna degrees, like 8 degrees, all right. Down the moon degrees, like 14 degrees in this case, and Sagittarius, okay, we're dealing with this case, all right. Jupiter transit on H and 14 degrees in all signs as events fructified. Right, as simple as that. You note down the Lagna degrees for any chart, that is 8 degrees. Note down the moon degrees exactly like 14 degrees. And this is a natal, okay? It's all natal. Natal, okay? In the transit, note down Jupiter transit on 8 and 14 degrees in all the signs has events fructified. Also, Bhava Adya or Bhava Antya or is cusp, mid of the cusp is called as mid cusp. Or cusp ending degrees. Natal has to supersede with transiting Jupiter. All right, let me repeat it, ladies and gentlemen. Please understand, the natal Lagna degrees is 8 and the natal moon degrees is 14. And whenever the transiting Jupiter, whenever I call Bhrigunandi Nadi, it is transiting Jupiter. When Jupiter transit on the 8th or the 14th degree in any of a sign or all the signs, the events get fructified. All right. And also, when Jupiter Bhava Madhya or Bhavanti, that is Bhava Madhya is the mid cusp or the Bhava Antya is the cusp ending degrees of the natal, has to be superside with the transiting Jupiter degrees for events. Events is a very exclusive subject. I just given you the clue. You have to work on a lot of charts and apply Bhrigunandi Nadi whenever there is a transiting Jupiter on the mid of the cusp, the ending of the cusp, or the Lagna degrees or the moon degrees, the events fructify. With this, I am ending this class. So in the next class, we are going to see a different case, a different chart in Bhrigunandi Nadi. Remember, this is the most important part of prediction. Your Dasha and Bhukti is constant, Vimshottari or anything. Don't mispredict or misjudge or overlook anything in the transit, because transit is very important. The natal chart is a battery, the Dasha Bhukti is a wire, but the main things where people go wrong in prediction is the transit, where the transiting Jupiter has to do something with the Lagna degrees, the moon degrees, the mid of the cusp, the mid of the cusp degrees, or the cusp ending degrees. With this, we're going to wind up this class. Hare Krishna to all, and all the best.